Hello, yhon. I am trying to show you how to create a graph for the equation that you just sent me. This is the equation that you just sent. Y equals negative 2 over 5x plus 5. One way to graph these things here when they look exactly like this one here is to graph this point here on the y-axis. This one is always the y-axis and this one is always the x-axis. So the number 5 you will encounter it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be the point always. That should be the point where you find this number. Now, this number here, negative 2 over 5, that's called the slope. That's how we refer to it. And the way to read this one here is to look at this number here, negative 2. That tells you the direction either up or down. In this case, it's down because it's negative from the point that we just graph over here. So it should be 1, 2, so it should be here. So come down 2 units, yeah, according to what you were told here. Come down 2 units, and then this number here tells you horizontally how many units you need to go. So here it tells you the number is 5, so you will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So the point should be here, more or less here, there, because it says come down 2 units and then move 5 units to the right. And that should give you the graph. All we need is 2 points to graph the line. So here are the 2 points that you need, and here should be the line that you are graphing. That's how the line should look like. Let me do it in a separate page, the same equation but without all the notation that I just gave you there. You can look at it afterwards, of course. So the equation is y equals negative 2/5 x plus 5. So here I'm just going to graph it directly. 5 is called the y-intercept. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a point over there, and then move on to the slope now. The slope is negative 2 over 5. So 2 units down, and then 5 units to the right. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So the point should lie here more or less, and then you can draw the line. You have 2 points. That's all you need. 2 points there. That's the line of your graph. And I'm going to erase this one here because this is not part of the line. There you go. That's not part of the line. Okay, there, that's your line there. So that's how you will graph this thing here. That's if the equation comes this way. Another way that you can graph the same thing here, let me show you another page. Y is equal to negative 2 over 5x plus 5 is to pick the order pairs as you ask in the question there. So how do you pick the numbers? You pick the x-axis first. So these are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on and so forth. Those are the numbers that you're going to be picking from. And so on. Okay? So for this equation, I will pick 0, for example. One of the numbers that you want to always pick is 0. You pick 0. What happens when you take the 0 over here to the equation? Well, when you pick that 0 and you put it in the place of the x is multiplying this number here. So when you multiply the 0, which is in the place of the x now, let me just erase this one here. So I put the 0 in the place of the s. There, I put the 0 there. So when you multiply anything by 0, of course, gives you 0. So the point should be 0, 0, isn't it? Oh, this is gonna be different. Something I did wrong here. Oh, okay. So it's 0, yeah? So it's right. Let me erase that. So it's 0. So this term here is gone now because that is equal to 0. So what remains will be y equals 5. So that should be the order pair that we calculated. So take 0, substitute it into the equation, multiply that. That gives you y equals 5 because this turns into a 0. So you will have only y equals 5. So the point should be then that here is called the order pair, and that gives you 1 point. So it should be 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And notice that it's the same point that we picked before. So whenever you pick 0, you always get the point that we picked before on the previous pages. So 0 is a good choice always to pick. Okay? And then calculate. Now the next point that I will pick, let me see another page. What I could erase actually. Let me erase this here. Another number that I could pick would be a nice number, so that I don't get decimals, because I will get decimals if I pick just any number. But if you pick 5, for example, pick 5. You can pick any number, whatever number you choose, and there is an infinite number of values that you can pick. So that's not a problem. But you pick numbers that are convenient to you. In this case, 5 is convenient. Why? Because when you multiply by 5, you cancel this here. You see that? And it's very nice. Now all you have is just -2 plus 5. That's all you have. And you don't get decimals, because if you get decimals, it's very hard to graph. So of course, this here in turn will be just 5 minus 2 is 3. So now you have my y. When I pick 5, I get 3. So take the 5, substitute it into the equation where dx is, calculate that, and then the result of it is the other point that you need for the other coordinate number that you need for the point. So now the number is 5, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3. Notice that I pick exactly the same number that I picked before. No, that's 5, yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, 5, 3. So I have picked two numbers, two order pairs. The first one was 0, 5, and the second is 5, 3, and then that is more than sufficient, and then you can draw the line there. This is your line there. There is your line. So that's the way that you will pick over there on that graph, and it's easy to do it over there because all you have to do is just calculate the points. In other words, these things here, calculate them, and then pick them and put them in that diagram that is given to you in the assignments. Hopefully, this helps you. If not, let me know, and I will try to figure out a different way to show you this. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.